What's up, everyone? Sunday coffee break. Been busy again this week. Every week's busy. I started working on another video series on electronics that I bought at that auction. The auction video was Wednesday. That was me walking around, of course, you know, and showing you what was there. I didn't tell you anything I bought because I didn't know how I wanted to do it. I don't go to the auction very often. I went there Monday night because there was a lot of stuff there that I was interested in. The short of the DVDs, and I bought 4 pieces of electronics, but there was, and the speakers. That was at kind of towards the end of the video. There was a table that had 300 disc changer on it and the subwoofer. Well, I bought everything else that was on there, which was the CD and cassette CD player and recorder, you can dub, the receiver, that little DVD duplicator, the Pro duplicator, and another, what the hell else was sitting there? Got it. Tell you, hold on. Oh yeah, a CD duplicator. That has a 5-disc changer in one tray and a duplicator on the other. And then I bought earlier in the day that box that I showed you first off that had the 5-disc DVD or CD changer. I bought that too as well. So what I'm doing is I'm putting together a series to where I'm going to start in the beginning with the receiver, because we have to have the receiver first, and we'll do it up. I'll tell you, there was nothing wrong with it, just it was all scratched up and beat up, so we got it looking better, and it works good. We tested out the JBL speakers in that video. That one will be coming up probably next week, and then we're gonna I'm gonna work on one individual piece and post a video of testing them out and getting them ready. Most of that stuff, it looks like it was really well taken care of as far as in the house or whatever, but when it was transported to the auction or stored or whatever, I mean, everything just got marred up really bad on the top. So it, you know, it is what it is. But let's see, in yesterday, so that series will be coming up. I'm just gonna start. It'll probably be a Wednesday series because they're gonna probably all be short videos, just like the one on the receiver. I think it's only going to be like 26-27 minutes on that one. We'll see after I get it edited out. I haven't done anything with that video yet, but it is done and in the can and ready to be edited and rendered and then uploaded. Yesterday was the speakers, or was that last week? No, yesterday was the speakers. Was those Infinity speakers, those SM112s. I had to put new suspension on the woofers on those, and hopefully that is what happened yesterday. Okay, anyway, that was the first time I ever done any suspension work on woofer, so I got a little extra glue on it. I wasn't sure as to how much to use, so I kind of was a little zealous with my glue, and I got some on the suspension on one speaker. The other one looks good, but whatever. That turned out really well. Those speakers really sound good. So I'm probably going to end up keeping them because I am working on a new studio to do my videos in. Now that I'm doing videos for Facebook and for YouTube, I need a little better place to do videos instead of trying to clear off my bench and all that so I can do a video, do a Leeper flea market update, and then do Sunday coffee break later on in the week. So I'm working on a studio on my back, on my covered enclosed deck. And I'm probably going to start making t-shirts. So I'm going to start making t-shirts, and I think I might be doing some coffee mugs. I'm starting, well, not me, we are starting a fundraiser for Leeper Flea Market for a new sign that goes out by the road. We used to have one out there years ago, but it got run over by a truck and then it was never replaced. So we're going to try and get the money up to get a new sign put out there. And yes, I know a lot of people are wondering, you know, well, why doesn't the flea market owners put up a new sign for us? Well, because the flea market is a business just like we are a business inside of a business. Yeah. And at this moment, the flea market is down. I mean, they're down all over here, except for one. Everybody's telling me that that one's just going great guns. So I don't know, but I do know the big ones are down. And you know, I know our flea market is just probably, you know, it's making a little bit of money, but not enough to you know, jump up and down and shit purple turn green about. So it's up to us. You know, if we want to keep the flea market, I think we need to start working at doing some things for ourselves to better the flea market for us and for them. You know, and then once the flea market is doing better and then the market's making more money, then they'll be more apt to want to do some other things. But we have to start somewhere, and I'm going to start, I keep wanting to say it. I'm so used to working by myself that I want to keep saying me, I, but we, that's Lynn and me, or Lynn and I, are working on doing some fundraising to get the money up so we can get a new sign, and after the sign then we can, we're talking about a few other things that we think we should have or should happen. Things to just make it a little more user-friendly. And maybe something that the kiddos will enjoy. So that's what we're working on towards the fundraiser. Now back to my short. Those DVDs, there was 164 singles and 17 box sets in the bottom. And I had sold TC the Pack Rat 9 of them out of there right after I bought the box. So there was 173 singles in there and 17 box sets, which I was figuring there was right around 200 in that box. And you know, as far as boxes or cases, yeah, but there was more movies, because a lot of those box sets are pretty decent box sets with 50 movies on them. So, you know, there was about 40, I think I counted them, I think there was 40 or 45 brand new, never opened DVDs in there. Those DVDs came from the same lot that I bought this dubbing equipment from. You know, the cassette to CD, the CD to CD, and the DVD to DVD. All of that was in that same, was the same lot, same guy owned that stuff. So I think that's what he may have been doing, is copying DVDs. I don't know. It's just a thought. But with that type of stuff all sitting around, it kind of makes sense. Especially the Pro Duplicator for DVDs. This guy that this all came from had money, and he spent his money. Because there was so many tools. There were so many tools there that it was unbelievable. New airbrushes, which I bought airbrushes. I may have to, I'll get that in the next segment. I'll get them up on here and I'll show you the airbrushes that I bought. And what else did I buy? Yep, the speakers, that, the DVDs, and all the electronics. And the hairbrushes. Oh, I see them. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place with this video. It's just I got a lot of stuff going on. And it just, whatever. Okay. I got model E91 Master Airbrush. This one I bought. This one is a siphon airbrush. Good little airbrush. Brand new, never used. The siphons, a lot of people don't like the siphon airbrushes or paint guns because of, you know, it's kind of old technology. Everything's gravity now. But that one I paid $12 for. This model G79 Master Airbrush. This one's set up more like a paint gun, gravity paint gun, as to where it has the trigger on it, and your cups go on top. This one, and it has a different size cups. You have the big cup, you know, and then you have a medium cup. We'll call it a C cup, and then you have an A cup. Just a wee little itty bitty one. That one, let's see, this one I paid, I think, $18 for that one. Because that one I wanted. I like them. I don't mind the siphons. The siphons work really well as long as they're clean. I've always used the siphon paint gun. I've never used a gravity, which I'll probably like, and probably won't like the siphon anymore. But these ones, I think, a couple of these, there's one of them here that's missing the airbrush, which I grabbed this one. This one I grabbed the wrong one when I went up and picked out the airbrushes, but you know, all the parts are here. This is another siphon, but you know, with an extra cup, so that's all right too, because I did get another siphon airbrush. Let's see, this one, this is an abrasive. This is like a mini sandblaster for doing very small parts, which would really come in handy for a lot of stuff on pinball machines. And that one, let's see, what the hell make is that one. This, I don't even know if it has a, yeah, this is a Badger. You know, and you have your cup for your abrasive. Not sure on that one. That's for a different cup. But yeah. And the other one, I think this is a siphon as well. Nope, that's the one I already looked at. I already showed you that one. Why didn't you say so? make a fool out of myself grabbing the same one. Okay, this one. This is a Awata, but I think that's the wrong card that's in here, because the airbrush is Revolution SR Japan. No, this is a Awata, but this one, that's the wrong card that's in it. That was probably for one of the other ones. This is also a siphon. The plastic bottle works better. Which I think I'm gonna start trying my hand and doing some airbrushing on our back glasses. That was the whole idea on picking up the airbrushes, was so I could start dabbling and doing some airbrushing on play fields, doing some quick touch-ups, which would really be handy instead of painting, you know, instead of brushing it in and having it a little lumpy. I can airbrush, you know, just small areas in, and I think it just going to try some other stuff, you know, doing some different things, broadening my horizon, so to speak. I know how to paint, you know, I've painted cars, you know, and I've always, like I said, I've always used siphon paint guns for painting cars and clear coating cars and stuff like that. So it's, you know, the siphon I know how to mix to make siphon work. But the paints I was using at that time was a lot different than what's going on now. We're talking when I was painting cars probably 45 years ago. Not 45. Yeah. About 45 years ago. That I was about 13 to 18 when I was doing body work and painting cars. And that was strictly all enamel and doing some lacquer. Never got into the Emeron. The Emeron was a nasty one. But I did do a lot of enamel with hardener, and it, you know, for everyday use cars. Nothing, you know, no show pieces or anything like that. This was all for consumer, I guess you'd call it. So I've done a lot of painting, you know, but after a while you get kind of out of the touch of the flow of things. It's different. That's why I hate rattle cans, but you know, it's a necessity. Rattle cans are always mixed too dang thin for me. I like it just a little bit thicker, so I can lay it down a lot better. And the hardener and the enamel was really good. Nowadays, you know, it's going to take me a bit to get paint in and get back into the flow of painting with the new paints. You know, I was a lot of DuPont, Gondar, Dar 9000 was the black, and I did a lot with Ditzler, and I've noticed I don't even think Ditzler is around anymore. But DuPont, yeah, I did a lot of DuPont, but I preferred Ditzler. Ditzler was a really good paint. Now that they may have been bought up by somebody else, hell, I don't know. But I do know painting cars and just about anything is getting really big again. Just like powder coating at some point. I'd love to have a powder coater, you know, an oven to do powder coating. I'd powder coat all my own legs, and that you can order them in just straight steel and powder coat them to whatever color you want. You can customize them a lot more with powder coating. Painting you can too, just that powder coating is a lot more durable, especially for legs. Painting them and clear coating them, you know, it's a good, but it's still not as durable as powder coating. Powder coating is the way to go with a lot of stuff that gets a lot of use and wear. Legs get kicked all the time. So, you know, powder coating's the way to go with them. I paint them because I don't have a powder coater. There's a powder coater in town, but I've never checked to see what it would cost to powder coat legs. I'd probably drop little butt nuggets down my leg if they told me. So I've never stopped to check. I just paint them. So that's my idea with airbrushes, is to kind of start dabbling a little bit more into painting things with airbrushes and paint guns. And try and get away from rattle cans as much as possible. I know automotive paint's a lot more expensive. Hell, rattle cans now are, you know, for a good rattle can, that's $8 for a rattle can. So you kind of got a limit as to what you're going to paint. You know, unless it's for you and you want it to look, I mean, you're totally restoring something, yeah. But nowadays, the cabinets I've been painting, I've been using paint that I have stockpiled. I bought a lot of the blues and the reds and the whites because a lot of cabinets are the blues, the whites, and the reds. And some of my playfield colors were the same as what I had up top here in stockpile, so I was able to use all that. Even just doing stencil work, I'll burn through 2 cans on a cabinet, you know, and that's $16. You know, and you start looking at a couple of colors, even the smaller colors, you'll go through 1 can, maybe not a whole can, but you're still looking at another $8, $24, and then 2 cans minimum of the base coat, the white. You know, there's another $16. What are we up to? $40. And then the clear coat. And the paint for the legs. You know, $50 easy. And if you're doing anything else, like coin door and all that other stuff, you know, if you're really dressing it up, I mean, you could have $60, $70 just in paint. That's not sandpaper. You know, material, all the other materials that go along with it, the tape, the masking paper, which I use a lot of paper in that I get in my orders, that brown craft paper, so that kind of stuff. I use a lot of that for masking because, you know, hey, I already paid for it, might as well use it, no sense in burning it. But, you know, tape and all that, you know, so you could easily drop $100 in just redoing a cabinet. If you're doing stencils, if you're buying the stencils, if you're cutting the stencils out yourself like I do, then you need the Bristol board and the tracing paper. Just it quickly adds up on a pinball machine. And that's just kind of a basic design on the older ones, the EMs, and a few of the solid states have a kind of a basic design on them. But you get into intricate stuff and you're gonna drop a $1.50, $2 easy. But that's neither here nor there. But this series, I'm gonna kind of jump again back over to the series with the electronics. I'll do that one. I have another video coming up of a Ryobi air cannon that I'm working on at the moment. And that's a cordless or AC. That'll be a neat little video. Again, that'll probably be another Wednesday video. I gotta take a break. Whew, that's better. I get to talking too much and get all frogged up. back to the fundraising. Like I said, we're going to do t-shirts. I'm looking at going through Altruistic Joe Coffee. That's a veteran-owned coffee company. Link in the description for my share of sale on them. I can set up a fundraiser with them to where each bag of coffee has our name on it, be Leeper Flea Market, and we get proceeds from that. Let's see what else. I was thinking to go along with the coffee cups, coffee mugs, and that. There was one other thing that we were kicking around. Give me 1 second here and I'll tell you. Fundraiser, put name on coffee. Oh, bake sale. My mom loves baking. She sells quite a bit of baked goods down at the flea market when she's up to baking during the week. And Lynn's mom, we could have her, she'll volunteer, or Lynn volunteered her to do baking because she loves cooking as well, so she'll do baking too. She makes a good carrot cake. And then last night we were talking about popcorn. You know, anything that we can do so we can generate some funds to get a sign. Because a sign should be our priority one, as far as, because that's year-round, 24-hour-a-day advertising, is having the sign out there. So we feel that that should be the goal for the first, is a sign. I already got business cards. I ordered business cards in for the flea market. If you belong to the flea market, Leeper Flea Market group on Facebook, you'll see a lot of this stuff going on there, where we're the picture of the cards is on there. I have a video on there of pictures of the t-shirt designs that I came up with that we like. So in the future you may see some videos of me doing t-shirts, which, yeah, I know everybody's probably seen that, but you know, just trying to do some new things too for the channel, so where I can turn if I'm doing something different, I can turn the camera on. That's why I turned the camera on and showed you what my deck looked like before. And then as I'm working on it, I'm doing some videos of showing you where I'm at and all that. And then when I'm done, that'll be the new studio. We'll move move out of the garage to the new studio, and that's where I'll be making t-shirts in there too, because during the winter it's very easy for me to heat that, and it'll be even easier with what I'm doing in there, insulating it and making sure I get it buttoned up real well, so it's easy to heat. So I'll be doing a lot of work in there this winter. When it's too cold out here to come out and do anything, I can always work in there and work on t-shirts, or you know, do some videos in there of different things, maybe just doing some vlogs, some old guy vlogs, some old bald guys on a video talking again. But so you can, if you're interested in seeing what's going on at the flea market, and that I'll periodically be posting stuff here about the flea market as well. But you can join the group and see what's going on. Like I said, I've been putting a update on every week for the past 2 weeks, and we're getting, as we do more and more, every week I'll be doing an update on there. I don't know about moving those videos onto here or not, you know, on YouTube. Haven't decided. I'd rather people come over and join the group. That way we get more in the group, and the more you have in the group, the more fun you can have and more of a community you have. So I'm going to take one more break and probably going to finish this up because I still have a lot of stuff to do. And I'm sure you've noticed I got my sign going. With my program, it was acting funny. Had to close everything down, computer, everything, and then restart everything, and then I was able to start downloading and changing my sign again, because I used the sign for both Sunday Coffee Break and for Leeper Flea Market, so I have to go back and forth. And I noticed that it's getting a little long in the tooth because there's some LED bulbs that are out on it, so eventually I'm going to have to get a new sign, which they're a lot less expensive now than what they were when I bought that one. But yeah, so if you want to help us out with fundraising, or if you have any ideas on fundraising, let me know and get a hold of me. You can either leave it in the comments, or my email address is available on YouTube, which is harhegger86@gmail.com. That's also my PayPal account, and everything is all tied to that email address. So if you need to get a hold of me, or you want to get a hold of me about anything, that's where it's at, on my contacts page. So going to be seeing a little bit different content now and again on here. I'm going to start mixing things up again as we get towards the end of the summer. Still going to see the same, you know, there'll still be some of the same stuff, my arcade machines, electronics, but there'll be some other stuff in there. I do want to get one more video done of down at the flea market before the end of the season. I may do one this weekend because it's going to be really nice. It's going to be in the 80s for late summer. Going to be really nice. So I may take the camera down with me this week, and I know I got to get some photos while I'm down there, and I may go ahead and do a video while I'm down there of the flea market again, because there should be quite a few tailgaters around this weekend. If you're not familiar, we call them tailgaters. Those are the people that just come in for the day, like on a Saturday or a Sunday. We call them tailgaters. It's like you're pulling up in your pickup, you drop your tailgate, and you sell your wares. So we call them tailgaters. So there should be a lot of those this weekend. There's nothing much else going on. A lot of the fairs are done or are finishing up. We have the Autumn Leaf Festival coming up in Clarion. I think that's towards the end of the month. But all the little festivals and fairs and all that are winding down or are done. And a lot of people have closed up their cabins and have gone home for the winter. Never understood that, but you know, that's what they do. They haven't even started taking any boats out of the lake here yet, so that really surprises me. But the arcade's dead. I mean, there's nothing going on at the arcade. In fact, Happy Jack's, the ice cream place across from us, you know, they're only open Saturday and Sunday now from noon to 8. And that's probably pretty much what I'm going to do, is I'll just be over there on the weekends Saturday and Sunday. Last Friday I went over, and you could tell that there's just nobody here. A lot of people are waiting until Saturday morning to come up, and they spend the day Saturday and spend the overnight, and then they go home Sunday because school and work. Vacation's about done. Everybody's taking their vacation, and now they have to get back to work. Plus you have football season and all that stuff going on, the college football's going on and NFL, so people are staying home more for that and having their parties at home instead of coming up here and having a big hoot. So I think that's going to do it. I think I've rambled on enough, and I think I've just about covered everything that I can cover with what's going on. So I hope you enjoyed the Sunday coffee break, and I hope to see you next Sunday on Sunday's coffee break. Until then, everyone have a great week and enjoy the warm weather while it's still here if you're in the east. If you're in the northeast. Till next Sunday. See ya.